Okay, welcome back. This is section 2.1, the rest of 2.1, part B, and we left off in part A talking about whether something was an expression or an equation. So let me give you, let's see. That's 3 times x plus 1. Is that an expression or an equation? Is that a collection of numbers, variables, and operations? Does it have an equal sign? So I do not see an equal sign. So this is an expression. What about 16 minus x equals 10? Expression or equation? Well, right off I noticed that it's got the equal sign. So that tells me it's an equation. I'm going to do one more. X divided by 25 plus p. Expression or equation? I see some variables, a constant, an operation. I don't see an equal sign. So I know it's an expression. Okay, if you're still confused on that, just let me know, send me an email, and I can do some more examples for you if you want, no problem. So we've got two things to go in 2.1. We have exponents. Do we remember exponents? Well, if I have something that looks like this, that's a lot of work to write out all those threes. So in math we have a shorthand kind of way to rewrite that, so we don't have to write 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Another way to write that is 3 to the 5th power, and it's to the 5th power because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 threes. Easy? So 3 to the 5th power, let's take a look at that. So we call the 3 the base. We call the 5 the power or exponent. So 3 is the big number that it sits on. 5 is the number that's raised up. 5 tells you how many times you're multiplying the 3. So 3 to the 5th, again, is just 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Let me do one with a letter. What if I had, So I don't want to have to write out all those y's. What's another way to write that with an exponent? So let's see how many y's we have. Okay, I'm counting 6. So this would be y to the 6th. Okay, so what we're doing is we're writing this in exponential form. Let's do another one. So let's write and exponential form, it may look like hard, but it's not. It just means we're going to write b times b times b times b with an exponent. We're going to write it in the shorthand way. So b times b in exponential form, or the shorthand way, is just b to the 4th power. Easy? Let me do one more. What if I had six times 6 times 6 times 6 times 6 times 6 times 6. And let's say I wanted to write that in exponential form. Okay, well, I'm going to count up my 6's. I've got 7. So if I want to write that in exponential form, it's just 6 to the 7th power. Now we can go backward, and we can give something in exponential form. So that's 3 to the 3rd power. How do I write that in expanded form? Well, we're just going backwards. So we know we're multiplying 3's. Well, how many times? 3 times. So in expanded form, this is just 3 times 3 times 3. And you'll see some of these types of problems in your WebAssign homework. Let's write 4 to the 5th in expanded form. So I know I'm going to use my 4's, and there's 5 of them, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 4 to the 5th is 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 in expanded form. Easy so far? So we can either take it from expanded to exponential, or from exponential to expanded. I would know how to go back and forth between the two. And the last thing they talk about in section 2.1, there really is a lot in here, is PEMDAS. And does anybody remember PEMDAS? Well, what it means and what it stands for. So, PEMDAS and what I'm talking about is this, PEMDAS. And this is the rules, these are the rules that we use in math to do any type of order of operations problem. So each of these letters stands for something. So P stands for parentheses. And we always do parentheses first. And what we do second is what we just learned, and those are exponents. So when we're doing a problem, we look for any parentheses first, exponents second. These two go together. We multiply, divide. We always go left to right. A lot of people always get that confused and they think, well, if divide comes after multiply, I always do division first, or I always do multiply first. But you need to go left to right, whatever comes up first. These two go together, and we're going to add, subtract whatever comes first, going left to right. So that is our PEMDAS. So let's try something. Let's try an easy one first. Okay. And you're just going to follow the PEMDAS. And it'll say simplify. And here's the first one. Okay, so this is a PEMDAS problem, and where would we start? Well, we're always going to start with number 1. We have parentheses right here, so we're going to do this first. So, inside the parentheses, I've got 2 plus 6, which is 8. And then I'm going to bring the rest down, because you need to keep organized when you're doing PEMDAS problems. Okay, so I did parentheses. Second on my list is exponents. I'm going to do exponents. I do have an exponent, so I'm going to do this second. Okay. So let's put it over here. 3 squared is 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So this is 8 times 9. Minus 3. I keep bringing down everything to the next level. Okay, so I'm going to pick up with this. 8 times 9, subtract 3. 8 times 9, Okay, if you look on your PEMDAS, we do multiply. Let me go back to that. We go multiply, divide, whoever comes first. So I've got multiplication, no division, so I'm just going to do the multiply. And what's 8 times 9? That's 72. I'm going to bring down the minus 3. 72 minus 3. I'm going to do subtraction, add or subtract, left to right. I've only got subtraction. 72 minus 3 is 69, and that's my final answer. Let me stop there, and I think I'm going to have to do one more video, do a couple more PEMDAS, and that'll be it. So there's going to be a 2.1 part C, and that'll be coming up next. And again, if you have any questions, send me an email.